Greetings, Cybertruckers and citizens of the internet. This is ReNDoG coming at you from yet another episode of this Let's Play Euro Truck Simulator 2 series. In the previous episode, we took a job that is going to take our butts all the way to Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and we are on our way, it looks like on the world map over here, to Dover so that we can take the ferry all the way across to the Netherlands and get our buttholes to Amsterdam. So guys, without further freaking ado, let's get our buttholes behind the wheel of Maximus and continue on our journey. As I remember from the last time, yes, it was the middle of the freaking night, and it is pretty dark around here, I gotta say. But it looks like the morning is coming. Actually, it looks like the sun is coming up. And in the previous episode, we did get a couple of fines, unfortunately. I think we got one fine. And obviously, if you guys are new to the series, we've just recently bought this sweet-ass truck that is called Maximus. And we have to make quite a lot of money every single day to be able to pay off our debt to the bank so that we can get to a point where we completely own this sucker. And that is currently our freaking mission right now, guys. So we are currently on a delivery to Amsterdam, and it is gonna be awesome. And man, in the previous episode we drove all night to get to you. Yeah, we were driving in the middle of the night in the previous episode, but it looks like the sun is coming up. Looks like it's a nice clear day here in the United Kingdom, and we are going to get ourselves over to the ferry so that we can cross into Europe and you know, take a drive all the way up to Amsterdam from Rotterdam. I think we're probably going to take the ferry to a port near Rotterdam in the Netherlands. I don't think we're going to cross over to France. I think we're probably going to cross over straight to the Netherlands, so that's going to be pretty interesting. I've never actually done that ferry crossing in real life, so I'm kind of looking forward to this because I've been to Amsterdam quite a few times, and I've been to Holland quite a few times. As you guys know, Holland is my motherland. It's where my family originally comes from. But all of the times that I've been to Holland, it's always been on a train on the Eurostar. So I've never actually driven through Holland itself. And I've always believed that if you really want to see a country and really want to experience a country, you need to drive that country. And in my life, I've done quite a lot of driving, especially in the United Kingdom. I've driven all the way around Scotland, literally all the way up the west coast, all the way to the top of Scotland, then all the way back to the east coast and all the way back to London. I did the same thing in Ireland, where we started in Dublin and drove all the way around the circumference of the Republic of Ireland, and that was freaking epic. I've obviously driven all over South Africa. I've definitely driven to every single corner of my own country. I don't think there is a town or a road that I haven't driven on in South Africa, and that has been absolutely epic. And I haven't done a lot of driving in Europe. In fact, dude, what the jazz? Check your freaking rear view mirror, you driving noob. I haven't actually done a lot of real life driving in Europe mostly because I'm really scared of driving on the other side of the road. As you guys are witnessing in this series, I'm not very good at remembering to keep on the right hand side of the road when I'm in Europe. So this delivery of dead bodies that we're currently on, yeah, in this nasty janky ass container. Look at me, I look like I'm drunk, man. Check at me, I'm like, whoa, swerving all over the freaking road, man. Driving with a keyboard, this is what happens. But I'm kind of scared of driving in Europe, and how awesome is that, man? Check at that. You know, I've driven all over England, like I told you guys, and I gotta tell you, man, this is some realistic jazz. This really does remind me of the roads of England and driving through the small towns and stuff. So awesome. This game is awesome, man. But yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, guys, about driving in real life in Europe, but I'm gonna do it. I'm planning on doing a nice long-ass Euro trip. You know, I want to rent a car, maybe take the ferry over to France and then rent a car in France and maybe drive, like, I don't know, 5,000-6,000 miles over a few months through Europe and just go to like all the most amazing cities that I can go to and just drive everywhere in Europe. And that is on my freaking bucket list right now, man. But we are coming up to a traffic circle over here and we need to go straight, so I'm not going to be doing any indicating. Let's just go in the outside lane of the circle so that we can take a left as we pull up over here, and I think we'll indicate over here. This is what I usually do when I drive, so just following my own freaking personal rules up in here, man. Right, sweet. Looks like we're coming up to the ferry, guys. And today, I want to tell you guys a little story about something that happened to me and the real Gox, who is my brother from the same frickin' mama. And this story involves driving, because obviously we're playing a driving game. And playing this game always reminds me of these stories that happened to me when behind the wheel. And this story is kind of a precarious story, in fact. And it's one of the times in my brother and I's life that we could have got into some serious trouble. It's one of the memories that we have together that whenever we talk about it and whenever we reminisce, we're like, damn son, that was some crazy jazz that happened. We could have got into some serious freaking trouble with not with the law or anything like that, but with my stepdad, man. And the story begins when the real Goxy and I were a bit younger. We were like, I don't know, I think we were like 22 and 20, right? So we were young. We were young guns, man. And you know, at that stage, we were going out at night. We were like enjoying our lives. We were also working together in the same restaurant. We were working as waiters, and we used to work double shifts at that place, at the restaurant that we worked at. So we used to work 12 to 14-hour shifts every day. But we used to make a ridiculous amount of cash. And I think we're getting onto the ferry now. Awesome. And this is going to take us to Harwich. 768 pounds. Damn. Right, well, we got to do it, man. That is a cost that we're going to have to just pick up, I'm afraid. But real Goxy and I used to... Okay, so we're on the right-hand side of the road now. Just got to remind myself. In view possible... Okay, there we go. GPS initiated. My brother and I used to work really hard together in the same restaurant, and you know, we used to work 13-14 hour shifts 5 days a week, maybe sometimes even 6 or 7 days a week, and we never really got a day off. So when we did get a day off, you know, we used to go out at night. We used to like go to, because we made a lot of money and we couldn't spend it because we were working all the time, we used to like to eat at nice restaurants, go to like nice clubs, you know, go have like a couple of sweet cocktails here and there, and you know, just basically enjoy the money that we were earning, you know. Right-hand side of the road, ReNDoG. Right, there we go. Just talking to myself. Oh, onto the pavement. My bad. And anyway, one night we decided to go out. And I had a car, and my brother had a car also. But our cars were kind of like old, you know. I had a pretty old car, and we are now going to Rotterdam, it looks like it. Sweet. Okay, so onto the right-hand side of the road. Let's just check any incoming traffic. No. Oh, no. Back up, back up! Ooh, that was close. That was close. Okay, oh yes, I'm crossing onto the right-hand side of the road here. I was trying to turn onto the left-hand side of the road, so that was rather precarious. Now I actually can't see what the jazz is going on from this direction. Okay. Okay, here we go, here we go. We need a gap. Let us through, man, come on. Okay, here's a gap, here's a gap. Take the gap! Alright, there we go. Whew, that was close, man. Alright, here we go. We are on track. How awesome does the Netherlands look, man? It's like all green, and they've got like wind power supplies and stuff, awesome bridges. I'm in my motherland, man. This is so awesome. I'm so happy to be in Holland, man. This is so cool. Anyway, the real Goxy and I both had cars. I had a Volkswagen, a little Golf, called Maximus, which I've named this truck after, and my brother had a Toyota. And both of these cars, you know, our stepdad bought them for us, so they weren't exactly like top of the line cars, you know, they were second-hand cars. They were amazing, man. I love my car. It's one of the things that I loved most in my life, more than anything, in fact, was my car. But my brother and I at that time decided, you know, tonight we wanted to go out in style, you know, we wanted to go out to this really sweet like restaurant club that we liked a lot. And we wanted to go in style, and we wanted to dress up nicely and, you know, go hang out there, and who knows, man, maybe we would speak to some sweet ladies, and, you know, maybe that we want to maybe go to like a jazz bar or something afterwards, and we didn't want to take them from, you know, this place that we were going to a jazz bar in a Volkswagen. We wanted to drive these imaginary, hypothetical ladies to the next venue in style. Now, when I say hypothetical and imaginary, that's exactly what I mean, guys. The Goxy and I were never, ever successful in the girls' side of things. But we always liked to imagine that it would happen, right? And we always used to try and prepare ourselves for the best, even though the best never actually happened. We've discovered Rotterdam. Awesome. I've never actually been in Rotterdam, so this is sweet. Now, we decided that we were going to make this happen by asking our stepdad if we could borrow his BMW. And he had a really sweet BMW M series at that time. And it was a pimpmobile, man. It was white, it was beautiful, and can I cross? Is it me to go? There's no freaking traffic lights here, man. Well, I'm just gonna go to the right-hand side of the road. Here we go. And it was an amazing BMW, but it was like, at that stage, it was like 6 or 7 years old, and my dad was starting to look for a new car, right? So every now and then my dad would let my brother or I use the BMW because he knew that we really loved it and we knew that we liked to drive it. So that night we went to him and we said, Dad, please can we borrow the BMW, man? We want to go out in style tonight, you know? And he was like, well, I don't know if that's a good idea. You know, if you're going to a restaurant bar, you're going to be drinking, and I don't want you to drive my car if you've had some beers. And I was like, Dad, tonight I'm not drinking anything. I'm the designated driver. We're just going to go have a nice meal. You know, we're not going to have any drinks at all. We just want to go out in style and enjoy our lives. You know, we want to dress up nice. We just want to feel like we're like really awesome. You know, we work so freaking hard. We work 14 hours a day, and we just want to go out and feel like, you know, that we're awesome. And my dad was like, okay, sweet, you can use the car, but woe betide anything happens to my BMW, man, you're going to be in serious trouble. And we were like, yeah, no worries, man. And I really hope my dad doesn't watch my videos, because I never told him this story. And if he watched this video and found out about it, he'd probably be a little bit angry. But Dad, don't worry, man, everything turned out okay in the end. So anyway, my brother and I, we got dressed up, we went out. You know, we went out at about, I don't know, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. at the time, I think. And we went to this restaurant club that we really liked. We're going to go have a nice dinner. And I seriously wasn't going to drink. I promised my dad that I wasn't going to drink, and I didn't. You know, I had like orange juice. And my brother had a couple beers and some cocktails and stuff. We had a nice meal. I think a couple of friends came with us, if I recall. Yeah, I think like a couple of our buddies came with us in the back. But I don't know, that I can't really remember who was with us at the time. But what I do remember is the moment when we actually left the restaurant to go home. Now, obviously, as I mentioned before, my brother and I were never really successful in the girls' front, and that night was no different. We didn't find any sweet ladies. We didn't, you know, we didn't, you know, have an opportunity to go to that jazz bar that I was talking about. Let's just put it that way. So, you know, we finished our evening at the restaurant bar, and we were like, okay, let's just go home now. Now, when we had arrived at the restaurant bar, it was really jam-packed, and there wasn't really anywhere to park. So I had to drive all the way down the parking lot into like a field. So it wasn't really the parking lot anymore. It was sort of like an open grass field, right? And I drove onto the parking lot, and there was a car attendant there who sort of directed me into a place where to park. And he basically directed me to park in front of what was a small bog-like stream, right? And he stopped me just before the stream, right? So that was all good. That was all good. And I saw the stream, and I knew that there was a stream there when I got there. So I was like, okay, cool. When we leave, I've got to remember there's a freaking stream here, and don't drive into the stream. And we came back to the car, got into the car, and now this BMW was an automatic BMW, right? So there weren't any gears. There was just four, you know, there was drive, there was reverse, there was neutral. You know how automatic cars work, right? And I was there, just chilling, started the car, and you know, tried to throw that puppy into reverse, and I actually threw that puppy into drive by mistake because it was dark, and I didn't look down at the gear shift properly. And I looked over my shoulder to see where I was reversing, and I freaking pressed, I stepped on the accelerator and went straight into the bog stream. I drove my dad's BMW straight in, no, I got a fine! Into a stream. And I just got a fine. That my dad is watching, man. He just cursed me. He cursed my ass, and I just got a freaking fine. Well, Dad, that'll teach me for driving your BMW into a stream, man. So the BMW went into the stream. It didn't go really deep. The stream was like knee high, so it wasn't actually that bad. But the wheels were in the stream, and the car was sort of, the axle of the car was balancing on the bank of this little stream, right? And I threw that puppy into reverse and tried to reverse out of the stream, but nothing was happening. The car just wasn't getting out of the stream. So we are in Amsterdam. Awesome. So what I had to do was go to the car attendant or the parking attendant and ask him to help us. And he was like, yeah, I'll help you for 50 Rand, which is the equivalent of about $5. And he called a couple of his friends to come and help us. And I was driving, and my brother had to get into the stream in his clothes, and the car attendant and their buddies and his buddies like helped to push our BMW out of the stream and back onto safe ground. And luckily nothing broke. The axle didn't break, nothing bent, the wheels didn't break. But when we got onto the highway, I pulled into a petrol station, and we got out and had a look at what had happened. And the car was just covered, the front of the car was just covered in like bog water and, you know, slime and leaves and everything. And there was absolutely no ways that we could take that BMW back home, because my dad would see it the next day when he went to work, and he would lose his freaking marbles if he saw the car like that. So we literally drove around for hours trying to find a 24-hour car wash at a petrol station so that we could clean the car. And we eventually found one, and it had like a hose pipe there, and it had like a manual scrubbing brush, and the real Goxy and I, there we are, like 2 o'clock in the morning in the middle of Johannesburg, South Africa, cleaning bog water and slime off our stepfather's BMW, just in case we didn't get our freaking buttholes owned. And we got home really late, and I remember my stepdad saying to me the next morning, he's like, why did you guys come back home so late? Was everything okay? And I was like, yes, everything was fine, nothing happened, don't worry, nothing happened. And he was like, yeah, okay, cool. But I always suspected that I think he smelled a rat, man. I think he knew that something dodgy had happened. But anyway, Dad, if you watch this video, your BMW was absolutely fine. We cleaned that thing cleaner than it's ever been in our lives, and also one of the scariest moments ever for both my brother and I think. We were absolutely freaking terrified about the consequences of our actions. But guys, we are in Amsterdam. It is a beautiful day, and as you Dutch cyberdogs will know, that is a rarity in Holland. It rains quite a lot in Holland, but today is an absolutely gorgeous day, and we have arrived in our truck. We are delivering these dead bodies to this warehouse over here, and there is our parking spot. So we only have one more. Precarious freaking task ahead, guys, and that is actually parking this thing. So let's see if I can actually pull this off. First time this time around. I don't think I've ever done a parking first time, but there's a first time for everything, right? No, wrong way. Right, here we go. So let's reverse this thing. Let's just try get a view. Okay, no, that's not gonna work. Okay. No. This is not working at all. This is not working at all, people. Wow. I think what I'm going to do is get a little bit more distance on the parking spot itself, right? So like this, and then get the trailer actually turning, then straighten the wheel. Okay, this is looking good. This is looking good. Now. No, this is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. In fact, this is looking freaking terrible. Let's just straighten out the cab now. Okay, sweet. Nope. Straighten out the cab. Oh! And then what I want to do is try and get this thing straightened out. Okay, actually this is going to work, right? So we'll straighten out like this. There we go. Then, let's reverse forward. Man, this is the most complicated parking ever. We'll reverse forward like this to try and get in front of the parking spot. And then we're just going to disrupt traffic. You're just going to have to wait for me, butthole. I'm busy. I'm working here. Leave me alone. Don't mind me, just parking the truck. Oh god. Okay. There we go. Okay, now what we can do is align this thing. And let's try get it straightened out. There we go. Now it's basically nice and straight with the parking space. Let's get the cab straightened out. And let's just get it nice and straight. Sorry, bus. You're going to have to wait, buddy. Alright. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We've kicked this puppy into really slow-ass reverse. And give it a little bit more gas. Straighten out the cab. Okay, there we go, there we go. That's looking good. That's looking good, my friends. Stop, 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 stop. Oh, you butthole. No, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. No, 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 no. Oh man, I was so close there. Man. This is okay, now we can straighten out nicely, right? Now we can really straighten out. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now, let's do this thing. Let's get into this mode. Straighten out the cab. Oh god. I'm noobing out so bad today, guys. I'm really sorry. Alright, let's just get into the cab. Is the wheel absolutely straight? It is. Alright, this is looking good. This is looking good. Turn the cab slightly there. And it looks like we are good to go. Straighten out the cab. Straighten out the cab. Come on, come on. How is that not a ding? There we go. Yes, we did it. Epic. I think that's actually the best parking that we've done so far. Even though that was probably the most painful parking we've done, but probably the most accurate. But guys, that is excellent. We have completed our delivery to Amsterdam. Sweet. We got 2 fines though on that journey, so that sucks. But we did make 5,615 pounds. Got a few more experience points, which is sweet. And we got an excellent and 13 hours to take time taken to make that delivery. 119 liters of fuel consumed, 155 miles driven. Excellent, guys. That was so freaking sweet, man. I really hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Love talking about my very, very precarious evening with my brother from the same freaking mama, the real Goxy, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, you hit that subscribe button. And guys, this has been ReNDoG playing Euro Truck Simulator 2. We will see you in the next episode. Goodbye, my friends.